Hey, Bayek, it's me, Ian. And in today's video, I'm going to look at this film. Now, it's The Devil's Men from 1976. It was also known, mainly in America, I think, The Land of the Minotaur. I think that's how they pronounce it, or some pronounce it Minotaur. But I've always said it's Minotaur, so it's The Land of the Minotaur. Now, 95 minutes is the international cut. Then in America, it was reduced to 86 minutes, and both cuts are available on this. Now, I've looked for Rotten Tomato ratings, but I can't find any. In other words, there's hardly any critical response on this. But then digging a bit deeper into the reviews, I did find that there was a lot of negativity towards this film. It's basically a Greek horror film. It was produced by Phrixus Constantine, linked with Michael Powell, who's directed Peeping Tom and was being ostracized to some extent, but he got involved in production. This is how it all came together. And it was also written by some hack called Arthur Rowe. So this is what financed the film. The idea, they decided in Greece, we'll make a low budget horror film, but we need a couple of stars to, give it some weight. That's what they must have thought. And they looked around and they got two excellent stars. I just also say it's directed by, again, he's a Greek director that I've never heard of and can't find much. He deals basically all in Greek films, not this sort of film. His name is Kostas Karagoyanis. I think that's how you say it. And you never heard of him again in terms of English language films after this. But anyhow, that's some background. So the fact that I think what actually really helps this film is the fact that it's filmed in Greece and the locations are really good. They're excellent. They really just make this film, it's one of the factors that makes this film actually stand out and really enjoyable. Now, the other, factors are the actors that they got. And they got Donald Pleasence. He's playing a Father Roach. Now, it's supposedly got a bit of an Irish accent, which goes in and out. But it's interesting because he's like, this is all pre Donald Pleasence, before we see him as Loomis or in The Dark Prince, The Prince of Darkness. Do you remember in Prince of Darkness, he plays a priest? Well, he's a similar kind of priest here, really. Also, you can always see elements of the Loomis character as well in his acting, but he's great. You've got to love Donald Pleasence. He had such a brilliant career, appeared in so many films, and he always does a really good job. He really adds something to the film. He really does. And then, to be paired up with Peter Cushing playing, now listen to this, Baron Coryphax. Now, he's playing a baron. Not a Frankenstein, but a Coryphax, yes. And he's brilliant in it again. He just adds always so much to a film. Even though, if you know the background, this is post-Hammer. He's still really getting over his wife's death. He for many years he had this sadness, but he always was very professional and acted so well. And you think, wow. And then he's going on to Star Wars. Star Wars is getting near as well. So Peter Cushing is just fantastic. And he's a baddie this time, really bad. I mean, sometimes as Frankenstein is a baddie. But here he's a very bad bloke. He really is. He's a bad baron. Real bad one. So they're the two actors that stand out. And then, of course, as I said, the location. Now, you've got, you see, the rest of the cast I've never really heard of. There's the one who, perhaps the leading female in it, is somebody called Luan Peters. And I thought, I've never heard of her. Apparently, she was an actress and singer. She did songs and albums and stuff. So there you are. I've never heard of her, but there she was. And then the other bloke we probably never heard of because it is a Greek name, Kostas Soukaras. He played this Milo K character, who I think is quite funny. He's supposedly a complete contrast to the lead, and he's kind of like adds the action man for a feel, because Donald Pleasence and Cushing are not the action men, but he plays it, and it's I don't know, it's not intentionally funny, but it comes across to me as rather funny sometimes. The premises of this story is that Donald Pleasence's character, Father Roche, is concerned about these young adults going missing, and he wants an investigation into it, and he senses, because he's a man of great understanding about the dark matters, that there's something satanic going on here. Now, it just so happens that there's these group that visit happen to be archaeologists, like they do, but they go, the tourists who happen to be archaeologists. Anyhow, they go on this temple site, and we get into the story, and they disappear. And then in the end, the father asks for help from America. So this character who's got a history with him and decides he's going to help him out. He's the Kostas Skouras actor who plays this Milo character who comes over despite his girlfriend saying, "Here, I won't go over there, lad." But he does, anyhow. And he says, "Here, I'll sort it out. There'll be a rational explanation for it, And the police, and have you contacted it?" Because as the film unwinds, you realise that they're not going to sort this out quite so easily. And that he's right, of course, is the priest. And we meet the Baron character as well, and realise that he's got a lot of control over this particular area, this village. And then we see the rituals going on. So in a way, they give away the game pretty quickly, and we see one of these satanic rites, but it's kind of got mixed up. They're saying the Minotaur rite kind of represents the evil devil, and it looks quite effective, actually. It's making these noises, voicing, and there's stuff going out of his nose, fire kind of things, and all this stuff going on, and people getting sacrificed. Oh, yes, the usual stuff that you get in these satanic lot. They're always at it. And it fits very much into what you've seen before. And it's done very well. It's done really in a great environment. And, this filmed, as I say, in Greece on these particular ancient sites. It's just fantastic. It works well. It just makes it really good. And I'm on the transfer on this. it really looks great, you know, so you really can't complain about that. Oh, and the other factor, I forgot why, I don't know why I forgot, is because somebody who I really like. Now, this musical soundtrack is by Brian Eno. Yes, he's left Roxy Music. He started to work on his own solo things, also working with Robert Fripp, and he did this film soundtrack. And if you look it up, you can't get hold of it now. It was never released. But the music is really good. That adds to it. It's Eno, and Brian Eno. Wow. So, I mean, again, that elevates the film already. What can I say? It's just a great, entertaining film of that period. You know, everybody wants to get out now with success of Exorcist and all these devil worshipping kind of films. Of course, Hammer had done it with, you know, like The Devil Rides Out. You could actually think, so, oh yeah, Devil Rides Out had similar kind of themes, you know, done in a certain way. To the Devil of a Daughter. Do you remember that Hammer film, which a lot of people say is a car crash at the end, which I rather like, actually, even though it has a major fault. I really do like that. But yeah, so it's all in that kind of vein. All these companies are getting out, and for some reason, this is the one horror film they decided to make, and they didn't make any more after this. This production company, this producer, but he made this and he left this, and you know, I think it kind of went into a bit of obscurity. Probably got, you know, overlooked, I suppose. But I think, you know, I really enjoyed it. I can honestly say this is very entertaining. You can watch it again and again, and you've got these performances. You've got everything that you want in here. You know, it's just, it really is very good. Really, I can't recommend it enough. I got this on Indicator sale, and it's actually, I looked and it's sold out. This special, you'll still be able to get the normal edition, because this has got. I'll just show you. Inside, it's got one of booklets. Yeah, great booklet here, which is really nice. I'm so pleased I got this on the sale. It's excellent. Some good extras. There's a brilliant Peter Cushing interview, and then there's an interview with this crazy Greek producer, which is worth it. And as well, you think, crikey, they got this film out. You know, yes, they got. But honestly, it's a real gem. Whoever discovered it and decided that indicators to bring it out, well done. You know, they brought out the European named edition, but as I say, it's also known as the Land of the Minotaur. But the Devil's Man sounds, yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, that's it. It fits into that sort of attraction. And I'm sure now we'll pick up a whole lot of new people who really begin to appreciate this again, because it's an absolute gem. It is. I fully recommend this. Definitely. What can I say? But I really do recommend it. I'm going on a bit much. Yes. Anyhow, all I've got to say now is that's it. Subscribe. You know, if you want to be informed about when I'm gonna release these videos that I'm making. Also, if you really like this video, please give it a like, because it costs note. Honestly, it costs note. So that's grand, isn't it? Hey, by heck it is. Anyhow, all I've got to say is, I'll see thee, and I'll see thee again.